Good day, everyone. You're welcome back again to this awesome edition of our weekly broadcast. Here, it's all about updates of the things that are happening in most cities that we consider very, very important, that has a high rate of attractions when it comes to investment-wise, when it comes to human residences, settlement of people in such locations. So today we just want to look at the city of Enugu and where people are moving to, because in every city there is always a center of attraction. There's always a place that suddenly started receiving an influx of people. But the basic questions that we should be asking is, why are people moving to these locations? What are the basic attractions? What is the driving force that is pushing people to this very location? So today I want to look at two major locations here in Enugu. Number one is Enugu East local government area. Why are people moving to this area? That is the basic questions. Areas like Transekulu, areas like Alolo, area like there are certain areas that you need to know that people suddenly started moving to as a result of availability of resources, both lands, both access to clean water, both in and out of seasons. So people actually suddenly started moving down to places like Ababa, okay, Nike, Emene, Umuchibo, Alolo, towards Nike Lakeside, Ogbeke, and the rest of it. So these are areas that has not actually been explored when it comes to expansions of human population and residences within the city of Enugu. But suddenly people have actually discovered the enormous opportunities and potentials these places has to offer when it comes to human settlement. Okay, that is why government is shifting their focus towards that area. If you are moving to places like Nike Lake, for example, you understand the high level of traffic congestions we keep witnessing, most especially when you are approaching towards Noah's Nike T Junction and Nike Lake Road. If you are moving towards Ibagwa and Alolo, Ogbeke, moving towards Nsoka, these are the areas that are recording high influx of people, and so people are gradually moving to these locations, and that is why government deemed it fit to find a lasting solutions to this road. Okay, and currently the state government have actually started a massive project within that axis, and it's our hope and expectations that by the completion of this project by December or first quarter of next year, that place will actually receive enormous light of influx of people, both investment wise, both in settlement. But where I have much focus in the areas of investment, because that is where this broadcast is actually headed. So today we want to look at the city of Enugu, specifically some emerging cities. Why we call it emerging cities is because when you look at a city, for example, there are certain landmarks, there are certain events, there are certain things that when you look at in such cities or locations, it has a lot to say about the potentials of this location. So today, what I want to do is to bring you up to speed on the things that are happening in some of the locations where we have interest, and why you need to come in and have an investment within these locations. Today I want to look at a certain location that has actually attracted a lot of interest, both government interest, both individuals and corporate organizations in the city of Enugu, and the information I'm sharing with you, not too many people are aware of it. So today I want to look at Ogbeke Nike, where a lot of attractions recently, both from individuals and governments, where a lot of persons are moving in recently to have a piece of earth in that location. So today the question is, why are people moving to Ogbeke Nike? That's the question. So if I come to you and I ask you to consider making an investment in Ogbeke Nike, I know that the question that will be at the back of your mind is, why are people moving there in the first place? That's the question. Okay, when you come into Enugu, for example, places like Owani, which is considered one of the old women settlements in this city, then consider Independence Layout, consider GRA, and the rest of it. There was a time when these locations are actually isolated. Not too many people live in this location, okay, where you get to see bushes everywhere, scattered houses, and the rest of it. But some people actually saw something. Most of the properties that we have today in Independence Layout, as we know it today, GRA, even the happening cities as we have it today in Enugu, they're actually, those properties are owned by individuals. Then the question is, how come some people were able to secure landed properties within these locations as early as possible? How come that happened? The answer to that is simply that they saw something earlier, okay, and they had to make a move to have an investment or secure something within that location. So today, in Ogbeke Nike, and when I talk about Ogbeke Nike, not actually Ogbeke Nike as a whole community, but those landmarks that are actually very close or some meters away from that major express that is leading to Ugogo roundabout and heading to Nsukka. Okay, that is actually where my focus is, because I'll walk you through a journey to see what I've discovered recently that is actually making me to focus in that area. Because as far as my discoveries are concerned, this is where people are moving. When I talk about people that can see beyond bushes. Because when you take people to some certain locations as real estate consultants and trying to show them the potentials of some certain locations, all they could see is just bush everywhere. They don't see investment opportunity. They don't see the timelines of event that is going to happen in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So not too many people are gifted with a foresight to know what is going to happen in this location in the next couple of years. So for those very few people that understands what happens in certain locations, and they have seen some track records of investments, seen some track records of movements of both government or both individuals. These are the people that actually make moves to move in as early as possible to discover affordable lands in these fast developing areas and secure it and keep it to themselves. Okay, so today I want you to start considering looking at that location. Okay, when we talk about Ogbeke Nike, going to Ogbeke Nike from Enugu metropolis, first of all, you have to get to know us. As if you're going to Ababa or Transekuru, for example. Noas is a popular location here in Enugu. From Noas, it connects you to T Junction. Okay, from T Junction, then you move towards the Nike Lake Road, as if you're going to Nsukka. Then from there is a straight road down to Ugogo roundabout leading to Nsukka. And this straight road from T Junction, that is where my focus is today. From T Junction to Ugogo roundabout, there is a lot of things that are happening within this vicinity. Not too many people are aware of it. People are spreading their tentacles when it comes to acquiring piece of earth, acquiring landed properties. Okay, you that is listening to this today, you have to do something about it. You have to do something. I know that when it comes to land investments, a lot of persons are skeptical about where to put their money. about safety, about security. These are the basic things that strikes a chord in the heart or the mind of anyone that is thinking of buying land or property in any way around the country, most especially in this side of the world. A lot of things are happening. Okay, so people have to consider trust. People have to consider security. Okay, so these are the basic things that they have to look at. But that shouldn't be a worry to you, because at the end of this broadcast, I will direct you to certain places where you can have a secure, trusted investment within this axis that I'm talking about. So today, the question is, what is happening in Ogbeke Nike, and why are people moving there? Why are people moving there? That is the question. Okay, so I've shown you how you can locate these locations, and like I said before, it is not just about the community of Ogbeke. No, there is a place of focus. That straight road, expressway that leads, that started from T Junction to Ugogo roundabout. This is my focus, from T Junction to Ugogo roundabout. It is a straight road. It is a straight road. Okay, so a lot from this point A to point B, a lot of things are happening there. Okay, and I want to read out some of the landmark events, landmark investments, both government, both private individuals, that you can locate within this axis. Number one, let me start from T Junction, for example. I don't know if you have visited T Junction recently. I don't know if you have, but if you have not, I will give you the privilege to see what is happening at T Junction. I will just show you a few clips and pictures for you to know what is happening in this location and why you should move in very fast, very, very fast, to secure something within this location. Now, for you to connect from NOAS to T Junction leading to Nike Lake Resort, it is always a nightmare because of traffic congestions within this location. And the question is, why are we having this high rate of traffic congestions within that location? It shows you that this is where people are moving. Because if people are not moving to these locations, if we do not have a concentration of high rate of population within this axis, we shouldn't be recording such high traffic. We shouldn't be recording such high rate of traffic within that location. So, government recently started thinking alongside this location. How can we expand the potentials of these locations? What can we do as a government in order to ease the rate of movement of people from that location? So from T Junction, as we speak, there's a lot that is happening. Government decided to initiate a massive infrastructural project at that T Junction. And I want to let you know that if you have not gone there, you need to go there and see things for yourself. And let me play a short clip of some people that have visited this location to see their own reviews about this location. Okay, just watch this short clip and we'll be right back in a moment.
For 2 weeks, I was shooting a film at Ogbeke Nike, and my favorite route is the one that passes through the junction where there's construction going on. But I was always being diverted, and at a stage I said, for God's sake, what is really going on? Why must I be so punished? Well, at the end of this shoot, I am going to see what is going on there, why I must be diverted this way. So I had the opportunity and I decided to go there. Come on, okay. In order to get to Ogbeke Nike, we were compelled to use the road that goes through where Father Mbaka has a church and all that. Such a long, beautiful, well-constructed road. I asked questions and I was told, it's Governor why he constructed this thing. Then it reminded me of what I saw at Nsoka, the road that leads towards Yezimo Road, you know, no bumps, with drainage both sides. Well, I don't know what to say. This thing is a monstrous, I don't know. One is monstrous, it's gargantuan. I mean, you're looking at a flyover being constructed, and you look at the extent of this flyover. I had the opportunity to speak with the commissioner, and he said 2 dates. Earliest December, latest February. Can I go to project in Aga?
You can get to 1999, there were 2 dates. Earliest and latest.
Okay.
Earliest finish time. Earliest December this year. Latest February next year.
I know that it will be completed. The reason is because the governor already has kept the money for it, so it will be completed. I know that. I want to also make an appeal to all the people who use that route. Don't feel too bad if you're being diverted. It's a wonderful construction that it's going on. At the end of it all, it's us who are going to benefit. Let us simply put up with that kind of inconvenience. It will last for a very short while. Right? I am appealing to you. And you know, whatever project the governor is handling, he always has you in mind. So, bear with him and tolerate the inconvenience for a little while. You'll be all right.